So in last lecture, we had discussed about the life processes, life and nutrition. We had just started now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Wait a second. Let me erase this part so that we'll get place for today's writing. Okay. So we are going to start today autotrophic nutrition, right? So nutrition is classified into two main categories. Okay. Nutrition. Wait a second. Just let me connect the pen tab. Okay. The pen tab. Okay. So there are main two type of nutrition. One is autotrophic and another is heterotrophic. Okay, so first we have to discuss what is the basic meaning of autotrophic and heterotrophic nutrition. So here the word auto means self, and the word tropic is for the nutrition. Then here we have hetero means from others, or we can say those that depends on others. Okay, so we can write here from others. And again here the word tropic means the nutrition. Okay, so if we'll define this autotrophic and heterotrophic nutrition, so we can say those organisms, they depends, okay, they, or we can say they synthesize their own food by themselves only. Okay, means they do not depends on others. Like we have, like somebody is in waiting room, waiter. Yeah, so like we have all the green plants, all green plants, they perform photosynthesis reaction and they use carbon dioxide and water, and they converts it into the food, and along with oxygen is also releases, and this process is takes place in presence of sunlight. Okay, and from sunlight the radiant energy is being absorbed by the chlorophyll. Okay, so in presence of chlorophyll and sunlight, plant, they converts carbon dioxide and water into the food. Okay, means plants, they do not depends on other organism for their food. That's why they are self nutrition, and self nutrition organism are called as autotrophic nutrition. Whereas heterotrophic nutrition, they depends on others for their food, are called as heterotrophic nutrition. Okay, like human being, all except all the green plants, and one is there from bacteria is called cyanobacteria and a blue green algae. Except this, all other organisms, they totally depends directly or indirectly on plants only. So all this, organisms are called as consumers, and consumers are heterotrophs. They are heterotrophs. Okay, so this is the basic difference between autotrophic and heterotrophic nutrition. Okay, so now we are going to start today about the autotrophic nutrition. So if you want to take a screenshot of this, you can take, then we'll move further. Done?
Wait a minute.
Done, sir.
Okay, everybody.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So we are going to start the autotrophic nutrition. See here, autotrophic nutrition is the process of an organism being able to create or produce its own food. Okay, own food. Okay, whether they are going to create it or they can produce it. Okay, those organisms are called as autotrophs. Those organisms are called as autotroph, and the process they perform for the synthesis of their food is called as photosynthesis process. We will discuss later on about the photosynthesis process. Okay, now we have to discuss all the points related to the phototrophic nutrition. So in autotrophic mode, organism uses simple inorganic matters like we have discussed, like CO2 is there and water is there. Okay, so plant uses this carbon dioxide and water. These are the inorganic compounds. They are inorganic compounds, and they absorb them from the surrounding and converts it into the food. Okay, like water we have, carbon dioxide we have in presence of light. Okay, and chlorophyll to synthesize the food for their own. Okay, that process is nothing but the photosynthesis process which are performed by the green plants. In other words, the process of photosynthesis is used to convert the light energy into food. Okay, because sun is the only primary source of energy on earth. Is it or not? Sun is the only primary source of energy for the earth. Okay, so that radiant energy is being converted into the chemical energy, and that chemical energy is nothing but that in the form of glucose. Okay, it is nothing but the carbohydrate. Such organisms are called as autotroph, and those organisms they perform photosynthesis reaction where light energy is converted into glucose is are called as autotrophs. Are called as autotrophs. So like all green plants, we have algae, we have one bacteria called cyanobacteria. Okay, these are the organism they perform photosynthesis reaction for the preparation of their own food. That's why they are comes under autotrophic nutrition. Okay, so you can write in autotrophic example, we have all green plants, we have algae and cyanobacteria is there. Okay, during the photosynthesis, carbon dioxide and water get converted into carbohydrate. Okay, see, plant generally, okay, plant contain chlorophyll. Chlorophyll absorbs radiant energy and converts it into the food by using carbon dioxide and water. So carbon dioxide and water are the main, we can say that component for the photosynthesis reaction, and light is the way to provide energy, and chlorophyll traps the energy coming from the sun and converts it into the food. Okay, these carbohydrates are stored in the form of starch, and the carbohydrate which is formed after the photosynthesis reaction, which is nothing but the food, it is stored in plant in the form of starch. In the form of starch. Plant later derive the energy required from those stored starch. Okay, so whenever plants required energy, and for the energy purpose, for energy production, plant uses that starch whenever it is required. Otherwise, it is being stored in like different parts of the plant, like root we have, stem we have, leaves we have, fruits we have. Okay, so all these starch are being stored there. Okay, if we'll discuss about in root, so potato is there, sweet potato is there. Okay, so these are nothing but the stored food, radish we have. Okay, so all these are nothing but the stored food of the plant. Okay, like fruits, like in vegetables we have in the form of flower also. Okay, leaf, all these are nothing but the stored food of the plant that we are consuming. Okay, that's why we are heterotrophs, because we directly or indirectly depends on the plant only. Okay, understood?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt till here, beta?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, if you want to take a screenshot of this note that we have discussed, you can take now, then we'll move further. The stages of photosynthesis.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, when you are moving with the topic, can you sometimes say us which points are very important to remember for examination?
Okay. Okay. See, if you are going to fight IIT JEE, okay, because we are in a foundation class, so you have to remember everything. You have to just understand. You do not have to memorize and mug up. Okay, you just have to understand the process. That's all. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Whenever.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Because when we'll conduct the test probably tomorrow, so there are many questions are there. Okay, you have to go through them whole year. Okay, you have to keep practice all the questions. Then don't worry, I'll send you this notes also, so you will get to know about everything. This note is prepared, I
Excuse me,
have
sir.
prepared from the different sources. I use material of toppers. I have used material from Byju's. I have used material from that Vedantu. And
Vedantu.
yes, yes, sir. So there are 4, 5 notes I have collected, and I have grabbed some important part from all these notes, and we have made that notes for you. I have made that note for you. Okay, so I'll send you by today itself. Don't worry.
Sir, in
Yes,
the
sir.
group.
Yes, yes, in the group also, as well as on your Google Classroom. I'll upload in Google Classroom by tomorrow, and you will get this note on your WhatsApp group today itself. After the completion of our class, I'll send you. Okay.
Excuse me,
This is,
sir.
yes, beta.
Sir, which exam is tomorrow, sir?
Tomorrow, because see, we have just completed the part of this chapter, so probably the test will not from that chapter. We will conduct the test from the previous chapter that we have completed.
Chemical equation.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So the process of photosynthesis generally completes in 3 steps. Okay, we have 3 steps here. One is absorption, which is nothing but the absorption of radiant energy from the sun with the help of chlorophyll. Okay, then conversion, then that light energy is converted into the chemical energy. Okay, by using water and that carbon dioxide. Okay, and last step is nothing but the reduction. Okay, in which carbon dioxide get reduced into the hydrogen molecule combined with the carbon to form carbohydrate. So here carbohydrate is formed. Okay, in third step. Okay, so first step is absorption, where light energy is absorbed, okay, with the help of chlorophyll. That is the absorption process. Then the conversion of the in conversion process, that is the absorption of light energy get converted into the chemical energy. Okay, and then the conversion of water molecule and carbon dioxide into the carbohydrate, it is the reduction. So we have 3 basic steps of the photosynthesis. Okay, you have to remember all these processes. Okay, we will go through with the reaction of photosynthesis, then okay, you will understand more clearly. See what happens here. See, instead of here that sugar, we can write carbohydrate. Carbohydrate. Okay, and this is the formula for glucose. Okay, see, but here we have written sugar, because during the process 2 molecules of C6H12O6 are formed. One is glucose and another is fructose. Do you know the formula for sugar? Sugar's molecular formula is C12H22O11. It is the chemical formula for sugar. When sugar undergoes hydrolysis, if we will add water in it, okay, it's breakdown into 2 parts. One is C6H12O6 and another is also C6H12O6. but one is glucose and another is fructose. Okay, both are the carbohydrate. What is the basic difference? Because they have the same chemical formula, molecular formula, C6H12O6, but only the difference is their name. So what is the criteria to differentiate one is in glucose and another is fructose? Only the presence of functional group. Okay, see, the glucose having structure like it has 6 carbon atoms. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6 carbon atom. So on first carbon atom, there is aldehyde group is present, C double bond to H, and we will discuss in detail about aldehyde group, ketone group, and other functional group in our chapter called carbon compounds. Okay, where we are going to discuss about in detail about all the hydrocarbons as well as the functional group. Okay, then here we have OH. Here we have H. On third carbon, H is in this side and OH is in this side. Then we have here OH, here OH, and here CH2OH. Okay, so this is the molecular formula of glucose. Whereas fructose contain on second carbon atom ketone functional group. Here we have CH2OH. Then on second carbon atom we have functional group ketone. Then rest carbon atoms are as it is. OH here we have H. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Here we have CH2OH. Here we have OH. Here we have H. Here OH. Here H. Okay. So only basic difference between glucose and fructose is in glucose we have aldehyde group, aldehyde functional group, and here we have ketone functional group, ketone functional group. Okay, this is the basic difference between glucose and fructose. And when these molecules undergoes dehydrolysis reaction, see, if this process is takes place in this way, it is hydrolysis because water is been adding here. But when this molecule are going to combine, which one, glucose and fructose, then reaction will proceed in this direction. Then if reaction will proceed in this direction, water molecule has to be removed. Okay, so this is called as dehydrolysis. And when water molecule is added here, it is called as hydrolysis. Hydrolysis means addition of water. And dehydrolysis means removal of water. Okay, so when sugar get hydrolyzed, it converts into glucose and fructose. But when glucose and fructose undergoes dehydrolysis reaction, it gives sugar molecule. Okay, understood beta this part?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you can have to again take a screenshot. Wait. First, we have to understand the photosynthesis reaction. See, in photosynthesis reaction, plants, they are absorbing carbon dioxide from the surrounding. They are, see, in our atmosphere, carbon dioxide is present. You know what is the composition of our atmosphere? Our atmosphere contain 78% of nitrogen gas. You know, then 21% oxygen gas, and only 0.03% carbon dioxide gas is present, and rest other gases. Okay, so this is the very important composition of our atmosphere. Okay, 78% nitrogen gas is present, 21% oxygen, and of carbon dioxide is present only 0.03%. Okay, so this carbon dioxide is being absorbed by the plant. Okay, see, plant contain the small pores on the dorsal surface of the leaf, and that even all other part of the plant also, but on leaf they contain large number of stomatas on the dorsal surface. Okay, that stomata helps in gaseous exchange, okay, where carbon dioxide is absorbed from the surrounding and oxygen gas is releases into the surrounding during the process of photosynthesis. Okay, so plant they absorb they absorb carbon dioxide from surrounding, CO2 from surrounding through stomata and water molecules from the soil. Water from the soil through roots. Okay, the soil contain water molecule. That water is called as capillary water. So I am going to write here capillary water. What is capillary water? The water molecule, capillary water. Huh? What is capillary water? Water molecules present in soil, okay, is called as capillary water. Understood? Capillary water. Okay, so plant they absorb carbon dioxide from the surrounding, water from the soil through the roots, and in presence of sunlight. See, sun is we have represented here. In presence of sunlight, chlorophyll absorb radiant energy. See, from sunlight, radiant energy is being absorbed. Radiant energy, okay, is absorbed by chlorophyll and converts it into the food material, and which is called as carbohydrate, and along with oxygen gas is released into the atmosphere, and that oxygen gas is absorbed by the other organism in order to survive. Okay, so this is the process of photosynthesis. Any doubt beta here?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, so I want you to take a screenshot.
Done, sir.
Are you enjoying the session?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here are some points that we had to discuss about the photosynthesis. See, all the three events, like we have three steps that we had discussed. One is absorption, then we have conversion, and then we have reduction. Okay, so all these processes are not continuous because they takes place one by one. They takes place one by one. Okay, they may or may not take sequentially, so there may be no sequence. There may be no sequence because some of the plant like Osmum centum, it performs photosynthesis reaction during the night time. There is no sunlight is present. So what that Osmum centum plant is doing, it absorbs radiant energy from the surrounding, and that radiant energy is being used during the night time for the photosynthesis reaction. You know Osmum centum plant?
Sir, no, but plants can also perform photosynthesis under artificial light, right?
See, artificial light do not contain radiant energy which is coming from the sun. Okay, so sunlight have to be present there. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. See, Osmum symptom means the tulsi plant that we are having at individual home of the India. Most of the house they contain, they are having that tulsi plant. घर के सामने हम जो तुलसी का पेड़ लगाते हैं, that is Osmum
Yes, sir.
centum. Yes. You know, if you will observe, some part of the Osmum centum plant is like gray red in color.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. and that have medicinal property also, and it is being produced, it is being used to cultivate at every house, and we are worshipping that plant because it has a scientific background, scientific reason for that, because during the night time it releases oxygen gas. Okay, and it provides positive energy to a home. That's why it is being planted in front of the house, every house in India. Okay,
It
so
is also used in tea, sir.
yeah, it has a medicinal property also, because in cough cold,
Yes, sir.
even nowadays there are different kadhas, they are made by the Patanjali and other group called Tulsi Panchangras. Okay, so that have the medicinal property, and it is being used from the ancient time also. Okay, so here, so you have to remember the Ocimum centum plant, it performs photosynthesis during the night time also, when there is no sunlight is present. So what Ocimum centum plant is doing, it absorbs radiant energy during the daytime, and that energy is used during the night time for the photosynthesis reaction, and during the night time it releases oxygen. That's why it is being planted at every home. Okay, due to that scientific reason. Next, in plants, stomata are the opening on leaves. See, stomatas are present, and stomatas, I'm going to draw the diagram for you. See, these are the cells. Okay,
Sir,
yes,
sir, one doubt. You told about this plant, right, sir?
yes,
Tulsi
yes.
plant.
Uh-huh.
Sir, is that the only plant, or are there more plants which can perform this activity?
See, as per my knowledge is concerned, I know about the Tulsi plant, because I didn't read
Sir, there are
anywhere
many
about.
medicines plants, sir.
See, there are many medicinal plant around us, but I read only about the Ocimum centum, that it performs radiant that photosynthesis during the night time. I didn't read about other plant, because I have my biology background, so I have read so many plant about even medicinal plant also, but I didn't read other plant except Tulsi, about any like we have heard about cactus plant also, but cactus plant, the stomatas, they are being open during the night time. Okay, and it absorb carbon dioxide during the night time itself. So but it is also performing photosynthesis reaction during the daytime, even the stomatas are closed. So probably as per my knowledge is concerned, I know only the Ocimum centum plant which is performing photosynthesis during the night time. Okay, I had to go through it also, and you can search also, and we'll discuss in next lecture, don't worry. Okay,
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Continue.
Yes, sir.
So see, these are the structure of stomata. I'm just going to draw the rough diagram. See, and these two cells are called as guard cell. Guard cell. What is the main role of guard cell? To control the process of to control opening and closing of stomata. Okay, so in plants like desert plant, we have like cactus. What these guard cells are doing, they opens during the night time, and they absorb carbon dioxide, and that carbon dioxide is being stored in a cell, inside the cell, in vacuoles. Okay, in plant cell there are large air space are present. Okay, these large space are called as vacuoles. Okay, in these vacuoles, carbon dioxide is being stored during the night time, and this carbon dioxide is going to use to next day for the photosynthesis reaction. Okay, because during the daytime, if there is a photosynthesis reaction takes place and opening of stomata takes place, then water loss is during the daytime, water loss is going to cause, to prevent the water loss. To prevent the water loss means when that plant, cactus plant, going to release release oxygen gas. Along with oxygen gas, water molecules are also being released. So to prevent the loss of water in the form of water or vapors, it is nothing but this process is called as transpiration. So to prevent transpiration process, stomatas are being closed during the daytime, okay, and they open during the night time. Understood?
Yes, sir.
So in plants, stomatas are the opening on the leaves where gaseous exchange takes place, okay, and this regulates by the guard cell. So I have written here the guard cell which controls the opening and closing of stomata. It is the main function of the guard cell. In desert, see here we have mentioned also, in desert like habitat, to avoid water loss, and loss of water is called as transpiration. So this is transpiration. So what is water loss? In the form of water vapors. Loss of water vapors, okay, in the by the plant is called as transpiration, okay. The guard cell keeps these pores closed during the daytime. So desert plant, they used to close stomata during the daytime in order to prevent the loss of water. Later during the night time, stomatas will be opened to absorb the carbon dioxide and stored in the vacuole. See, carbon dioxide is absorbed during the night time and which is stored in vacuole. See, these are the very important and key point that you have to remember, okay. During the daytime, they will use the stored carbon dioxide to perform photosynthesis, okay, and that carbon dioxide which is stored during the night time in vacuoles, which is used during the daytime for the process of photosynthesis, okay. This process takes place in desert plant only. Next, on other than photosynthesis, plant also depend on soil for the micro and macro elements. See, micro elements and macro elements, okay. These are the elements which are dissolved in water, and plant absorb that minerals in the form of, dissolved in water only, okay. So along with water, these minerals are also get absorbed by the plant, and these were used for the proper utilization, proper growth of the plant. And these elements are used to synthesize the protein and other essential compound for the plant, okay, for their proper growth and functioning, okay. So these are nothing but the rest important point that you have to remember, okay. So along with water molecule, some minerals are also absorbed, okay beta.
Yes, sir.
Till here any doubt? Because we have completed our autotrophic nutrition here.
No, sir, no doubt.
Yes.
Okay, so we have only 2 minutes left. So I want you to take a screenshot of this part also. Then we will disconnect, then we'll reconnect to complete our next session. So just take a screenshot.
Yes, sir. Done.
Wait. Yeah. Now. Done? Done? Everyone? Okay. So I am going to disconnect and then we'll reconnect, okay?